I hate the intros. So, hey, this is Surrender to the Flow Tarot, and I am Denise. Welcome back, and welcome. I mean, if we were chilling, I'd be like, what's up? But it would be different, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Okay, so hi. This is your June monthly reading for the collective of Aries. Any of the 11 placements or whatever node you have it in, it's all good. This will work if it's your reading. So normally I do monthly readings broken down week by week, how each one starts and it finishes. I'm going to do something different this month, and it's basically a Celtic cross, like it is. I'm pretty sure a Celtic cross might be a little bit different. But I wanted to try it. So you're my guinea pig. I didn't even do a pre one, like a prep one, because I just felt to do it now. So are you ready for the ride, Ariesians? Okay, so we're using the True Heart Intuitive Tarot by Rachel True. She's an actress, she's in her 40s now, who like grew up on tarot, and she was in The Craft, I think. I think that's the movie she was in with like Neve Campbell. I think it was the 80s or early 90s, where they're all witches, right? That's actually her thing, and she made a fucking deck, and it's so good. It's so good. I super recommend it. You can tell she loves the tarot, and she knows it really well, and the guidebook is like really thick. It's dope. You'll see. Okay, so that's what we're starting out with. All right, Aries. Are you ready? Let's get a card for you. Where are you? What is the one centralized truth that will apply, resonate with all of the people that you have the messages for whenever you come across it? Where's the overlap for the one centralized truth that reaches as many Ariesians as possible? Make sure that, oh, they are. Oh, what happened? Do I let it happen? Yep. Wow. Some of them are reversed. I'm just gonna go with it. Can I do that? Can my brain do that? Hold on. Yeah, it's just these couple, which is weird. Okay, hi. Aries. What represents Aries right now as they're watching this reading? Let me look at it. Justice. Two came out. What is the obstacle? What is the obstacle? Two again. Three. Wow. Oh, yeah. Of course. I don't think I've ever seen this happen in a Celtic cross. The universe is like, you said you were up for the challenge. Okay. What is your focus? What the fuck? Three more. This is crazy. What's your recent past? Recent past. Seriously, three more. What the hell? Okay. I have my little sheet. Finally one. I'm gonna take it like that. Yeah. It's the Chariot in reverse. That's your strength right now. Your immediate future. What the heck? Supporting energies. Three of Wands. Take it? Okay. Energies around you may not be aware of. Hopes and fears, right? I missed one. Supporting energies, energies around you, hopes and fears. 7, 8, yeah. I don't know why I always think I get the math wrong in that. It's so weird. Sorry. Hopes and fears. Potential outcome. The potential outcome is the Emperor, which is you, Aries. Sideways going into the reverse. Okay, the overall energy, 6 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. Justice under that. It's Libra and Aquarius. Yeah, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, your overall energy is the 6 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, with Justice in between it, underneath it. This is great. This is bananas. This is chaos. It's chaos, it's redemption, it's freedom, it's peace, it's justice, literally. It's justice. That's where you are right now. Your heart is so wounded, but it's so strong. Oh, I didn't show you any of these, did I? Dope deck, right? You are really making friends with, being at peace with, and integrating your shadow side, which is your wounded inner child. You're in that work. This is a big deal. This is big. Oh goodness. It almost feels like the justice for you feels like such a relief. It is, because it's a burden gone. It's a weight gone. Even if it's scary to put it out there, it's gone. You're not carrying it anymore. And you deserve to not. Nobody deserves torture like that. Nobody. Maybe sociopaths, but okay, we'll say there's an exception. But I'm a Libra, so I have to like speak the truth, right? As much as possible. Sorry. No one deserves that kind of pain. You don't learn the lesson when you carry the pain. You know, you're in the pain, you need to heal it. It needs to be healed to learn the lesson, and then you let it go instead of carrying it with you. That's what you're doing. You're surrendering. You're a warrior. You are all warriors. So You've been through hell, and you've put people through hell, and you've been through hell. You're starting to forgive yourself. So good for you. Good for you all. Okay, where are you right now? Gosh, so many cards came out, remember? 2 came out. The Prince of Wands, which is the Knight, and the Wheel of Fortune. You're full speed ahead. Full speed ahead onto that wheel. You're riding a phoenix, I'm going to show you. Headed straight for the wheel with the eagle. And the snake, yeah. Uniting. You're uniting all the sides of you. All the seasons of you, the shadow, the light. The brave, the afraid, right? The compassionate, the withdrawn. You're fighting. Your head, you get it. You get it. And you're letting it propel you, compel you forward. Your realization. That's what you get. Master Alchemist, right? The Emperor. Remember, that's where your possible outcome is. That's where you're fucking full speeding. Okay, what is your obstacles, major obstacles? And they were all sideways. The 9 of Cups. The 2 of Wands. And the King of Cups. Whoa. They were all sideways. Alright, let me look at them this way. You're going toward, you have an end game. There's a person or a goal. You have it. You know what it is. Your heart, you are becoming aligned with your heart. You're knowing and you're being and you're letting and you're doing. Receiving too. You're still, you know it, you feel it, but you're still hesitating. You're hesitating a little bit to make that decision to move. We'll pull a clarifier on that and see why. There's a pause. Maybe it's you're still actually, maybe it's not resisting exactly, but maybe it's you're just still healing. So you're realizing this, but you're not doing it yet. It feels too good. There's just a little bit of like indigo, you know what I mean? But the rest, and I love indigo, just FYI, it's one of my favorite. I love Prussian blue. There's a bunch of blues. My eyes get like super happy. That's how I feel, you know what I mean? That there's like indigo a little, but it's way more rooted and expansive color-wise. Did I show them to you? These are mad dope, right? And the King of Cups is looking at the 2 of Wands, is looking at the 9 of Cups, who is looking away, but the body language is open. So whoever this is, or whatever this is, there's an opening if you show up. If you come correct. And that means whatever your most authentic self is, you embody it as much as you're able, and then you're open and transparent about where you are. Anything less than that, this ain't happening for you. You feel me? No matter what this is, if it's career or it's relationship. It's a dream fulfillment though. Okay. What is your focus? Oh. The Five of Swords, the King of Wands, the Seven of Cups. I mean, if this was not an Aries reading, right? So fiery and air and water though. Not a whole lot of pentacles yet. Yeah, I see some. Okay. I'm going to show these to y'all. This is your focus. You're like obsessing almost, I think. There's a like ruminating thoughts is what I'm getting. Like and a need to like squash it immediately, like win at all costs, right? That's the Five of Swords. You're willing to, you have this need. You're out of alignment in a way that shows up as a need for you to have control and direct the narrative and win. Take it. It's for your ego. You're terrified of something, of a truth, and it's probably one that it's a truth that's a hard pill for you to swallow. It's a hard pill for you to swallow, and it's about you, I think. This is all, I feel like this whole reading is about you becoming you, your fullest authentic self, your emperor self. So that masculine side, the doing and commanding and fairly, right? The emperor's all four kings. If one king is in reverse, that emperor is in reverse. So let's see which one of your kings is not quite upright. We'll see which one. I mean, we do have the King of Pentacles, but he is upright. Okay. And we have the King of Wands, too. Okay, well. Okay. We'll clarify this, but what I'm feeling is that what you're focusing on right now is your highest form. You're like building up your confidence, your confidence, your assuredness. Like you aren't looking externally for validation for being alive anymore or being worthy. You're looking at yourself. You're refinding it in yourself, right? And as soon as that's in place, you're just going to be right there in full king status, because that's where you are, all of you, regardless of gender. This is all about the active energy, not the receptive. There's some of that too, but this is all about action and cultivating abundance, cultivating a fire under your feet. You know what I mean? A spark. Like understanding that you can create sparks whenever, always, whenever. And letting yourself feel that, believe in yourself. You know what I mean? You're inspiring. This is about following your inspiration and finding your inspiration and deepening your inspiration and sharing inspiration. It's about co-creation, 1000%. Doesn't mean that you're in a relationship. It means that it is either career or relationship at some point. That's what you're heading toward. That's what your goal is. A co-creator role, partner, but co-creation actively. So there's part of you the Seven of Cups is here, so that can come up as confusion, and that's what I'm feeling, like all your chakras. Realign all your chakras. It's not, this part of the choosing isn't with your mind, it's with your knowing. It's with your believing and then your being. What do I have on my arm? Be, believe, become. But it's about believing and then being. Becoming what you already are. So when the head is going too much, you have to, they're frequencies, and you gotta move, right? So they're not hitting you. And then you gotta do something to make sure they don't follow you. So that's usually some kind of movement or rhythm. So it can be meditation, or it can be yoga, it can be walking, running, biking, skateboarding, gardening, literally anything, cooking, anything that's rhythmic. And that lets your human brain like take a break, you know, and you're able to like just like exist, you know, between all timelines at one time. You probably look at it as like daydreaming or like kind of fuzzy, but you're in between timelines. Same. Okay. I don't know where I was going before that because I got excited and the energy shifted. Yeah, so when you're doing the thinking, and you need to allow for the being and the knowing. So that's rhythmic realignment, you know what I'm saying? And your choice will be clear. It's the ones that immediately support you on your path and your journey to your highest vibrational good. That's the choice. That's where your focus is. Letting yourself, maybe you're doubting your intuition. We'll pull a clarifier on that. Maybe I should do them as we're going. I don't know. I hope I don't forget, because I get so in the flow when I channel, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so wait, next is your recent past, which is the Strength, the Four of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Oh, nice. Nice Aries. Y'all are killing it. You're killing it. Leo energy. Who else do we need to talk about? Leo energy. Scorpio energy. Pisces energy. Sagittarius energy. So far. There's a bunch of stuff. Okay. Your recent past. You've been studying you. Like I said in the beginning, of finding who you are and letting yourself be it, right? I said something about that. You don't need validation outside of you anymore. You're recognizing it in yourself, and you're recognizing when it got stolen from you, and you're letting yourself heal from it, because it's hurt. Carrying it around has caused so much anguish in your life, and you have caused anguish too because of it, whether to yourself or to others or to both. But you're you're understanding it. You're understanding that to get you to your happy union, the merging of two formerly separate entities into one new one, they make a new one. They still have themselves, and then they make a new thing that they're both committed to. You're getting really clear upon what that is, and really clear about yourself, your temptations, your victories, your strengths, your weaknesses. You're learning that in order to be strong, you have to be vulnerable. You cannot be vulnerable. You can't be strong without being vulnerable. There's strength in that. That is what it is. That's just not a secret, but you know, it's not weak. You're allowed to feel, Aries. You're allowed to feel. And you're letting yourself. And you're dedicated. You're not getting stuck in it. You're not getting stuck in it. You're learning from it. Fucking, that's amazing. This is making my heart chakra feel really happy for y'all. Okay. Your strength is the Chariot in reverse, which is Cancer. The Chariot in reverse. Yeah, okay. We'll get it in the upright. You're still growing. You're letting yourself live back through the whatever time period in your life that these wounds, these core wounds, and these, you know, significant traumas happened. And you're reclaiming yourself. And you're doing it tempered. There's a slowing down that the universe wants to happen, because the Chariot can only, when it's in the upright, you have to be in alignment with the universe, or you can't power the Chariot. Like, you know what I mean? You can't even be a little tiny bit off. It's a frequency. It has to be exact. It has to match exact, and you have to be able to maintain it. So for right now, I think I'm reading this as patience, as you are still in the process of healing and growing some things and making solid ground underneath you. But you are doing it diligently with this princess with the Page of Pentacles. You are committed to it, and you're tending to yourselves, your younger inner child. So fucking yes, Aries, this is fantastic. Your immediate future is the King of Pentacles discs. That's Taurus. It doesn't have to be. That's literally what so your king to work on, right, is your King of Wands. It was a King of Cups, King of Wands, King of Pentacles, because you know what one is upright for you, which is not here anywhere yet? The King of Swords. So that's saying because you hold the truth in you, and you certainly do. You could not be on this level and have this frequency if you were not moving from truth only. I'm a Libra 5 times. I have 7 air placements out of 11. I resonate very strongly with the truth frequency. So I recognize this. That's beautiful. I mean, you are working in the immediate future coming for you. If you stay on this path that you've been on, and you keep yourself in alignment, you keep preserving your energetic reserve and all these wonderful things you're doing, you're having your evolution into the King of Pentacles. So that means you got the King of Wands and the King of Cups down, the King of Pentacles, right? That's dope. That's the energy of provider, protector, loyal, dependable, stable, steady, hardworking, honors commitments, sees themselves as sacred, because they understand very strongly, earth signs, that we are made up of frequencies. And they understand how, I don't know how to explain this, how it flows. Earth signs are master alchemists, shamans. That's how I read them, because their ability, they recognize the flow of energy coming in. They recognize it, they feel it, and they feed back into it. All things nature, right? All things organic. Where am I going? I don't know. We'll come back to it. I think we probably know enough. Okay. We'll come back to it if we need to. I'm just going to take that as a shift here. Okay. These are your supporting energies. The Three of Wands. That's fucking beautiful. Look at that. Again, this is another card that can only be done in co-creation with Source. And this is being aware of the choices for expansion and choosing to expand. And now you are in a state of waiting, more patience. And look at how much patience look at that, right? There's so much peace there. And the indigo again. You're surrendering. You're surrendering to the flow, and you're able to maintain it because this is the highest care and keeping you've ever taken in your life of you, and you've been maintaining it. And you have the truth on your side. You are moving from truth. So you're chilling. It's like you bought the tickets, you planned the trip, you bought the tickets. Now it's the day of the trip and you're at, the harbor waiting for the ship to come, or the airport waiting for the plane. You know what I mean? That's where you are. Or it's like you just booked the trip and now you're waiting till the day comes for the trip to get here. But you're like, in the meantime, you're not halting. You're just keeping it moving, which is you manifesting, and you're pulling it in. You're pulling it in. I think you get that too now. You understand that what you're engaged in is what you are pulling in, because it's the frequency you are emitting, and that, you know what I mean? So it's going to match up. And some are going to be a magnet, and some are going to be broadcasters. You feel me? Okay. Energies around you might not be aware of are the Six of Pentacles and the Empress in reverse. That's Libra, Taurus. This is interesting because these are like opposing. When the Empress is in reverse, the last thing she wants is balance when she's in reverse. She doesn't want equality. She doesn't, she wants it her way when she's in reverse. She wants to blame people. So what that's telling me, the way this is showing up, is she's in reverse for a reason. She's preserving herself, her heart. She sees herself as sacred. And she is removed a little. Physically, she's removed. It's interesting, right? Because the Six of Pentacles is a very physical card in the 3D world. Okay, so what you're not aware of is this Empress energy, even though it's withdrawn from you, this Empress has forgiven you. And is just looking for balance. Simultaneous uplift. At its core, right? We'll pull clarifiers on that. It could come up a different way, you know, but like it doesn't feel like that at all. So we'll see what happens. Okay, your hopes and fears, which is the mini Empress, is the 9 of Pentacles. So your hopes and fears. For those of you that this is you, this is the energy of assurance, comfort in your own, in your bones, in your skin, regarding your body as a temple, as a sacred house for all these living organisms and frequencies and things inside of you. Doing what it takes to maintain that understanding, because you're so full, you're sharing it, and you're doing that. You're being open and generous. You are existing and you are engaging in things for the experience of them because you see the potential expansion. That's where you are. It can be read as the single card, because it is. It's very much about being independent, fully autonomous, but that doesn't mean closed off. That means not looking or needing a relationship, but wanting. If they get into it, it's because they want to experience that experience, because they recognize the potential, and it's, you know what I mean? And they have confidence in their abilities to discern whether or not this energy or entity or experience or whatever is in alignment with them. There's no doubting that here. Because Pentacles are all about dedication and commitment to self, because you're committed to Source. You can't get away from that. It's sacred, and so you understand the responsibility, and you understand your vow. You know what I mean? To that. The fear of that would be losing it. Would be being afraid to continue to be vulnerable and open, being afraid that you can't be in a relationship or in a partnership without losing your voice. Maybe it could be a BPD card, not trying to diagnose anyone, but if you have BPD, this, in the fear part, it could be that. Where you're afraid that you will take on the characteristics and the traits of who you are engaging with. But you're not going to do that, because you're all the way here. Okay, look at all the work you've done. Don't forget all the work you've done. You might not have had a lot of practical experience yet, but as long as you stay rooted and grounded, and you keep putting your care and keeping of your source energy, of your energy, and then your home, your physical home and source energy first, and you're focused on that, following your inspirations, right? And you can trust things because you're in the flow. You got this, okay? They came out in the upright. Feel me? So the possible outcome is the Emperor sideways going into the reverse. This card feels different than the rest of them. This one feels more egoic. More in like materialistic, which is interesting because it's not Pentacles, which is the Emperor, but in like success, accomplishments. That's what I'm feeling here. That there's this, maybe it's like whatever your fake self has been, persona, that like if you have like moments of ego where you can't let in criticism, or you can't, you know what I mean, like anything, you're combative instead of open. If that's, where was I going? Damn it. Well, we'll clarify, sorry. I can't, I don't know. I honestly don't. Okay. Well, we're going to clarify no matter what, because we got to see why. I think you're just still looking. It's like, I'm feeling like you're looking for the truth, and you're finding like maybe the balance between material things, having them, and feeling like you need them. Like maybe you don't know how to enjoy them. Maybe there's been no middle for you yet in life. And you've just either been in lack or been in overflow, but not a permanent overflow, like you know what I mean, an unhealthy. It was disconnected. There can be immediate gratification, and there can be gratification, but it's not going to be long term, even if it's 5 years or 10 years. It's not forever. You know what I mean? You want forever. Meaning for the rest of your days. Okay, so where are we going to start first? Phew. Let's see what your Five of Swords was over here. Should I use a different deck? Yeah, we'll use the Sun. Oh no? You want me to use... No? Oh no, this one. What's this one? Ooh, what is this one? It's one of these. I don't remember if it's the field. It is. It's this one. I think they have weird ones. Figure it out. Okay. How is the Five of Swords energy showing up for Aries? How is the Five of Swords energy showing up for Aries? I'm going to focus. How is it showing up? The High Priestess. Yeah. It's those like little bits of terror at your intuition, right? Again, look at the indigo, right? It's thinking instead of knowing. And it's being dispersed, or like instead of being contained. Temperance and the Five of Pentacles, split bottom. It's learning how to slow down in all the ways that applies to you. What can Aries do to help the High Priestess come through and for them to stay on the path to their highest vibrational good? The Five of Pentacles again and the Six of Wands. You stop looking outside. You stop feeling like an outsider and looking outside of yourself for the light, and recognize that it's in you and it's all around you and it's what you're born from. It's calling in yourself. It's taking on your form, your highest form, and letting this one, the inner child that was so sad and felt like an outsider and neglected, and all of the behaviors and trauma responses that happen from that toward yourself and others. Nope. Letting the High Priestess, your intuition, rule you. And so, not rule you, but inform you. Part of the way of that is to follow your creative desires, your creative pulls. As long as they are in alignment with your highest vibrational good, immediately in alignment with your highest vibrational good, let them, everything that is coming up on you and in you and compelling you forward, do it. When that voice comes, that old tape in your head, or what that trigger comes in, the recommendation is to create something and share it. Create it outside of you. You don't necessarily have to share it. But if you get that feeling, don't doubt yourself. It's not an ego thing. It only becomes ego if you're looking for validation and you need it. As like, you know what I mean? Not support or like a reminder, because sometimes we forget stuff. But like if that's your source of something, no. Okay. Do we need to do? No. Let's look at why the Chariot is in reverse. Keep hearing it's Memorial Day in the US, so for those of you who have given your service, thank you. And to your ancestors. The Five of Wands came out, but I didn't even ask yet. I'm going to put it back in. Okay. What needs to happen for the Chariot to get into the upright? Face the truth. You gotta also stand up for yourself. but learn how to not get yourself in predicaments, situations that in order for you to remain in alignment, there needs to be deception of some sort. You have the Seven of Swords going into the upright. The Page of Cups. Forgive yourself, and Temperance on the bottom. Yeah. This is you able to do that, able to look, able to take accountability for what you've done, able to make it right. You know it. That's part of where you're going. Even if getting it right is taking your life back and taking ownership of it and living your true self, it's however that fits for you. It's going to be different for everybody. My hair feels super greasy. That's beautiful. So that Chariot will go into the upright. When you make the choice, when you take the step, you take the first step of the opening. You take that opening. You put it out there, you open yourself to it, and then you just keep yourself in the flow. Patience, right? Didn't I say that for the, right? We need to do the King of Pentacles because it's so obvious. You show up. You show up. Whatever the situation is and whoever your collaborators and creators are, you show up. You show up fully open, dedicated, committed, honest, loyal, generous, an equal partner, dependable, word is your bond, all that. You show up. Okay. We're going to do the Three of Wands. Where do you want Aries to put their focus and attention during this wait period of the Three of Wands? Into the Emperor in the reverse. Into those parts of you that aren't showing up as your equal. Look at this dude. The dude you want on your side in a fight, that ride or die, loyal, fierce, protective, all the wonderful parts, super smart, creative, all of everything, the ultimate everything. The Knight of Wands is on the split and the Five of Cups is on the bottom. So the universe wants you to look at how you're... Look at the indigo again, right? Different deck. Okay. The universe wants you to look at what before, when you would feel a certain way. Emotion is energy in motion, right? when you would feel an energy and it would grip you because it was unhealed and it brought you back, right? You would numb it. You would do things to numb it. And so just be aware. Put your focus on what are the ways that you're still removing yourself from being present, just sitting and letting it flow through, or whatever it is. It looks like it's kind of like that could be like where you wouldn't take action before because you would be stuck, to let yourself go with the fire of the Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius. There's Judgment underneath that, and the Ace of Cups underneath that. Go with the fire. Go with the power and the frequency that is built from you being in alignment. Let yourself put it on you and become it, and then move through it. You feel me? Instead of like being here. When you get stuck here and it hurts here, then there's healing that just needs to happen still. Give yourself the time to heal it too. So you get that Emperor showing up like ready to hold all the shit up and down like a boss. Because he is, right? They are. Okay, so let's see. Why is the Empress in reverse, or how is the Empress showing up in reverse? What is the Empress showing up in reverse as? Why is the Empress in reverse? Why is the Empress in reverse? Why is the Empress energy in reverse? Or, no, let's do that. Why is the Empress energy in reverse? Oh, really? I'm confused. Okay, the Fountain. Why is the Empress energy showing up in reverse? Why is the Empress energy showing up in reverse? Just your hope and fear might also be that the person who this Empress is you're afraid that they won't take you back, or that they're not single anymore. Could be that too. Why is this Empress in reverse? The Lovers. That's what right? Yeah, that's what we already know. Just wanted to make sure. It's sideways going into the upright. It's in reverse because there was inequality. Literally, the Emperor and disappointment. I mean, come on. Come on. Oh my God. And the Hierophant is underneath the Emperor. I mean, fuck you, Aries. Whatever. You know why this fucking Empress is in reverse. Because you did some shit to this fucking Empress, son. But you are unaware that this Empress energy is still has forgiven you. And is energetically contributing to the uplift of you, to the wishing that, not even I don't mean wishing it, but hoping, sending it out there and praying for you, putting attention and energy. It's not all the times, but sometimes on you finding peace and balance and equilibrium within yourself. I don't think she gives a fuck if you apologize or not. Like, she's straight. Let's see, what has to happen for the Empress to get into the upright? She's good either way, but she would have an open door for you with that Six of Pentacles there to at least listen. The Queen of Wands, which is Aries, and the Tower. That's what has to happen for the Empress. And dedication, Eight of Pentacles. What the hell? The Queen of Wands going into the reverse and the Tower. Okay. Yeah, ego. Oh, wrong. This one. Yes. The Three of Pentacles is underneath the Eight of Pentacles. It's showing up. It's making amends. It's making amends. It's showing up as an equal collaborator, co-creator, with equal respect. It's becoming a master alchemist and showing up that way. It's quieting the egoic parts, the insecure parts, the parts that feel like they didn't measure up. I think that's for both of you. The Empress needs to do that fully for herself, which she is, because of that Nine of Pentacles, if it's her, and you, for yourself, because you are the Queen of Wands. This is bananas, Aries. Okay. Why is the Nine of Pentacles a fear for Aries? Why? How is that showing up as a fear? The Six of Swords in reverse. And the Six of Swords came out. That was your, right? Yeah. The overall energy. It's getting lost. The fear is getting lost and consumed by what it really is, I think, is the fear of not being able to transmute the frequencies that are coming in and not being able to keep them balanced. I don't know how to explain that scientifically. I don't know what the scientific terms would be. Like, you maybe get swept up and there's like a barrage of things where you get swept up, and I'm not sure if you're actually swept up or if that's really what you desire, like that's in alignment with your highest vibrational good, and it is the natural where you should go naturally is toward it, but you've self-sabotaged yourself out of following all of that for your life, so it feels like it's not. Or if you move too fast because it does feel good and you recognize what it is, but you're not coming from the King of Pentacles. You haven't done that in the past. You've been up here in the ether, you know what I mean? In the fire flow. That air giving you life, giving you expansion, you know what I'm saying? So it looks like that's the fear here. Or it could even be, could be two things, so it could be more than one. It could be that, and it could be the fear of that this energy that the Nine of Pentacles represents is done, isn't open, isn't interested in investing in you anymore, because the attention is on the self. The Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, right? This comes before that. This is the one where the work is. This is becoming the master alchemist, and this is learning how to become it and getting there, and that's being it. Being, right? Okay. So, this Emperor. You want me to use this one? Okay, we're going to use the Sun and Moon. I don't even know where that box is. I think we're using this one. It's a sweet one. It's a sweet deck. Okay, Emperor, sideways as the possible outcome of success and victory and celebration and strength and all of that. That's the best possible. That's the Emperor in the upright. That's the full embodiment of self. What needs to happen to get that Emperor in the upright? What needs to happen? My hair. The Wheel of Fortune needs to happen, bitches, and that came up somewhere else. That's keeping your attention on the care and keeping of your highest vibrational good and your energetic reserve and preserving it, and your relationship with source, and the in the mental, physical, spiritual, and physical realms, all the realms, right? Yes, that's what I was feeling. The Magician and the Ten of Cups. That's what I was feeling with these, with the animals in there. Deepen your spiritual practice, maintain your spiritual practice, maybe recognize the King of Wands is underneath that, what your spiritual practice is. It could be a hobby that you do. It's going to be anything that makes you feel at peace afterward. You feel more in your skin. You feel connected. Those things. Present and open. Not in like la la land. Feel me? The Six of Wands is under the Ten of Cups. Be clear and be present, because where you're present is what you're manifesting. So if your present state is fear or doubt or deception, that's what you're manifesting from. It's a reminder to stay in the flow. The wheel is powered by the universe, and all we have to do is just get on it and stay on it. It's when we divert our attention, which means like our head our head, our mind, our brains, our thoughts are coming in. That's when the wheel gets all wonky and stuff and slows down and goes backward or stops, or you know what I mean. Let yourself have this win. Okay, Aries? That's what I'm calling this. Let yourself have the win. That's beautiful. Aries, June, you got this. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me, being my guinea pigs. I'll see you at the mid-monthlies. Sweetest travels. Till then.